Namaste, I am Kalpana. I am going to talk about parents today. A lot of people, especially in India, have left their old parents behind during this pandemic. I'm sure they must have left in other countries too, but I am only aware about India, so I'm going to talk about India. This is a message for all young people, for everybody who has a set of parents. If your parents gave you food, if your parents gave you good education, if your parents gave you good manners, there is no reason for anybody to abandon them. Parents can be sometimes very unreasonably strict. I understand that. We've all gone through it. Somebody the other day said to me, "Why am I responsible for my parents? I didn't ask them to bring me to this earth or to bring me up." Yes, I agree with you. A lot of us are born because our parents wanted children, not because we wanted them to be our parents. Yet, let me also remind you, there are a lot of children that have been abandoned by their parents after birth. In the US, there are lots of children that are left on the street, that are left in a fire station, that are left in a police station, police precinct, wherever, because people do have children and then abandon them. So if you are not an abandoned child, if you have been brought up really in a good home with loving parents, never mind they were unreasonable, never mind they were strict, it doesn't matter. They gave you food, they sent you to a good school, they gave you clothes, they gave you good manners, you are socially a sane person. These are enough reasons for all of us to treat our parents well. Yes, in some cases there has been abuse, there has been sexual abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, all kind of abuse. There have been parents who are not caring for their children when the parents are young. Yes, I know that. In that case, let us distance ourselves from our parents. We don't need to live with them. We don't need to take care of them in their everyday, day-to-day lives. However, when the time comes to take them to the hospital, when the time comes to do something, whatever little something for them, please do it. Because I strongly believe, and I have learned it the hard way, that karma will always come back. Today, you don't care for your parents, tomorrow your children will not care for you. So sometimes the karma doesn't come back in the next generation, it might come back in the following generation, in the grandchildren's generation. So let's all not spoil our karma. As a matter of fact, I would like to request every Indian in India, please feed anybody you see on the street, anybody who's hungry. Every family can afford to feed one person. That is my request. That is my personal humble request. Now, coming back to parents. So if your parents did not abandon you, I know for sure of a little girl many years ago when I wanted to adopt a child. I know of a little girl in an orphanage who looked very pretty, who looked very, very well dressed, very well fed, and with good manners. When I asked the superintendent of the orphanage why she was there, she said her mother left the 3-year-old in the orphanage because she wanted to live her own life. She needed a boyfriend, and the boyfriend didn't like the girl, the baby girl, so the mother left her in an orphanage. So if your parents, yes, they bring in us into this world because they want the pleasure of becoming parents. They want the pleasure of becoming a mom and dad. Now at our age, it is our responsibility, no matter what our age is. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. It is our responsibility not to abandon them. Let's not live with them. Let's not take care of them on everyday basis. However, it is our responsibility to take them to the hospital, to the nursing home, whatever little we can do for them, let's do it. Please, let's make our karma right. There are too many people in India today that need help. Let's do it in whatever way we can. And like they say, charity begins at home. So first of all, let's take care of our own parents. Once we take care of our own parents, we establish credibility. Let's not be after their property. The property is going to come to you anyway. Once they die, the property is going to come to you anyway. Why abandon them? Why kick them out of the house because you need the property? Why? You are not capable of making your own money? You're not capable of buying your own house? How ridiculous is that? You throw your parents out just because you want their property. Okay? So now that you threw them out, at least take care of their medical expenses. Make sure that they don't go hungry. Make sure they have a place to live. The other day I was watching a video on YouTube. It broke my heart to see a 90-year-old man who was thrown out of his own house by his children. He was selling something on the street, and he was living in a makeshift place with a kind of a tent. That's ridiculous. Who does that? Nobody does that to an enemy. Come on, wake up, India. Let's be nice to our parents. Let's be nice to people around us. We always look towards America. We always want to do things like the Americans do. In this country, yes, children don't live with their parents. Yet, everybody tries to be nice with each other for no reason. I am not saying they're not bad people. They're bad people everywhere in the world. It's universal. It's human nature. But first of all, let's be nice to our parents. Thank you. Namaste.